Hello everyone, and welcome to this week's live. As you come on, pop a hello in the comments, let me know that you are here. We are in the new moon phase, new moon yesterday, so we're beginning this new moon cycle. It's the opportunity for us to set new intentions. What are you feeling into for this cycle? Where is your energy being called? And what is it that you are going to create space for in your life, whether that be in career, business, relationship, your own relationship with yourself. What are the intentions and the focuses? And remember, we don't have to have great big long list. For us here in the southern hemisphere, it is winter, so therefore it's a much more inward time. We're about to come up to the solstice next weekend. Again, for us in the southern hemisphere, that's winter solstice, which is the darkest point of the year. The light begins to come back in from the winter solstice on, ever so slowly. I often recall a beautiful ceremony that was done at the Steiner School where my children attended, and there would be a candle set up in the middle of a beautiful spiral, and each of the children would walk in, mostly darkness, a low lit room, and they walk the spiral in to light their candle from the mother candle in the middle, and then they would walk back out and place their candle down in the spiral. And of course, by the time all the children had done that, the whole spiral was lit. And it's a beautiful metaphor for what are we going into this winter solstice? What is our light? What is the peace that we want to remember that is so important for our soul's journey? And of course, this takes some contemplation. It also creates an opportunity for us to let go of that which we've been carrying for some time that no longer serves. And as we change these energies and dimensions and all the expansion that's going on, how we were a year ago is not necessarily still relevant for us. How we express ourselves, how we show up in the world, we can be completely different, and therefore there are some things that we can let go of. We spoke about this a lot at Women's Circle last week, where we talked about self-expression and the way we wear our hair, the way we dress. All of these things, are ways that we express ourselves. So are we doing it by just on an automatic pilot, or are we shifting some and changing some things because of where we're at and how we're feeling about ourselves, how we're wanting to express ourselves in the world? So there's lots of beautiful energies around at the moment, and setting those intentions. And it may be one intention. I know for me, June is really about looking more deeply within myself. I've been spending, time with family and really supporting out there, and I'm taking the opportunity for June to really go more deeply into what's relevant for me now. What am I letting go of? How am I moving forward as the light comes back in again? How do I want to share my offerings, and etc.? How do I want to be in relationships? So it's a beautiful time of year, and we can treat it with the reverence that the opportunity that we are being offered. Now, of course, I've just come back from being over the other side of the world, which of course is completely opposite. They're going into summer, so it's summer solstice, the most light. So it's light, it's out there, it's fun, it's being more social and really bringing that light in and having, having that expression. So whatever it means for each of us is beautiful. Hello, everybody. I've just done a refresh on the comments. Hi, Vicky. Absolutely. Let's start to make a list. I'll pull an overall card and then I'll get on and do some individuals. Hi, Tina. Nice to see you. She's saying, hope you had a beautiful holiday with your family. I absolutely did. It was amazing. Good morning, Christine. Lovely to see you. Of course. Hi, Linda. Lovely. Wow. Hello, Sue. Nice that you could drop by. Such a busy woman. About to hold beautiful space for the healers in my local area. So welcome, Sue. So lovely to have you here. Alrighty, let's get on. And for anybody local, I urge you, jump on and buy your tickets for the Wellbeing Expo that's happening in Debra this weekend. We've got ours and we will certainly be there and seeing what we can offer as way of support. Alrighty, let's pull an overall card and then we'll get on and do some individual readings. Alright, oh, there's two. I'm just going to ask for one, please. Okay, let's see what wants to come. Here we go. Fruition. So this is about this message, just straight through. It's about also noticing what has come to pass. What is the first half of this year been like for you? And taking a moment to really reflect on that. That's certainly what we will be doing on Sunday. I've booked some time in with my partner so that we can reflect on those intentions we set at the beginning of the year. How are they tracking? I've got this feeling, without really methodically going through it, that we've far exceeded what we had initially intended. And that's lovely and that's exciting. So many opportunities have come our way and we've certainly jumped at them. So taking stock of how you're tracking for this year, looking back in your journal to see where you, what intentions you set for yourself for the year ahead, and what has come to pass. And fruition is really focusing on celebrating the joy of who you are, where you're at, and what you have worked through so far this year. So really, this is a card of celebration and honouring. It's so easy for us to know and notice what's still on our to-do list, or what needs to be done still. But what about taking a moment to celebrate yourself and all that you have already achieved? Not that I love that word, but it's a good way to describe what I'm meaning right now. So take some time to celebrate that. Alrighty, let's get on. Vicky, I'll start with you. And if you would like a card pulled for you, you just simply pop a yes please in the comments. My comments tend to be a little bit slow, so I'll do a refresh in a moment and catch up with any new comments there. So Vicky, okay, change. I've got a reminder of the card that came up last week for you, and whilst I can't remember exactly the card, I feel like this is connected with that card, so hopefully you can remember what the card was that came up. But I feel like it was something about focusing a little bit more on yourself. We're so wired as women, and some men, but as women, and there's a majority of men in this, women in this circle, that we're wired to give, and we want to make sure that we are adjusting. The trees aren't on all year long. There's periods of growth, and there's periods of inwardness, there's periods of letting go, there's periods of really re-nurturing, and we are connected to all of that. We're not meant to be just giving all the time. There has got to be place for us to fill our own cups, to nurture ourselves. And so therefore there could be some changes that are required just to adjust that schedule a little bit, and just adjust the way you're doing things. And particularly with the winter season being here, it's a time of soups and nourishing foods. It's easy to digest, more inward, quieter times. And though life goes on, finding those moments that we can have those for ourselves. So this card is a reminder of what was talked about last week. Are you making those changes? And it's the feminine way of making the change. It's not forcing, it's trusting your intuition and going forward with that. Okay, beautiful. I'll do a quick refresh here. Okay. Hi, Barbara. Nice to see you. Sue, of course. Let's go. And Barbara, yes, you can. Alrighty. Tina. There it is there. Focus is the card. And of course, if we look here, we've got the butterfly transformation at the third eye, and we've got the emotion coming up here. So the focus is a reminder of what you want to be focusing on. There's so many things we could focus on, but we want to focus on the outcomes that we desire. So when we talk about the word desire, it means connecting with our heart. And it's not external, what we think other people might think we should, or blah, blah, blah. It's actually listening to your own heart. What is it that you desire? And I'm feeling the edge around this is around career. And I know that you've been either applying for new jobs or you've just started a new job. So this is an opportunity for you to be more fully yourself, more fully expressed as yourself. And that doesn't mean, sharing your story with the entire world, but who do you want to show up as, and allow yourself to express that, that new confidence that you have found in yourself, albeit that it might only be small, but allowing yourself to step into that for yourself. So what do you want to focus on? You have transformed, and where do you want to put your energies? Beautiful. Christine. Oh, and it's jumping. So we've got extremes coming up, Christine, which is finding the middle ground. Sometimes the pendulum swings too far this way, so either inactivity or overactivity, and finding that middle ground, that middle pathway. Maybe this is the encouragement to take the steps forward, and it might be that you're planning for the spring. I've just set a date for a vision board workshop on the 1st of August, which of course is in bulk, and in bulk is the time when we would start to see the new growth just emerging from the ground, which is the opportunity for us to be planting those seeds and nurturing those seeds of the direction of what we want to nourish us. So maybe this is a card of encouragement to take those steps and start to express all that you've learned and how you're going to do that and put that out into the world. Ooh, nice. I look forward to hearing about that. Linda. There we go. Surrender. Hand it over. Nothing for you to do right now. Hand it to God, to the angels, to your spirit team, whatever is relevant for you. There are moments to take a breath, to rest, and this is one of them. whatever it is that you've been working on, you've done enough for now. Hand it over, and then you will be guided as to the next steps to take. Sometimes we just need to release something so that the universe can do its thing, and is lining everything up in the perfect timing. So surrender is the card for you today. Nice one. Okay. So Sue, if there's something particular that you would like an answer on, or what's for my highest good, I'm just going to give these cards a moment here. There we go. Thank you. Oh, we've got change too. And again, this is the fluid change. This is about what adjustment. And I feel like you are making those adjustments, so if you don't have to do everything yourself, that you can call in the help. I mean, your gifts are many and varied, and just because we can doesn't mean we should. So what are those slight adjustments that you can be making, or what are those adjustments that you are making, and really celebrate them for yourselves? So this is the support of the work that you're doing. And when you're working in big spaces as you are and holding a lot of energy, it's about, you know, allowing others to also support you and hold the space for you. So I feel like this is a real honouring card of the adjustments that you are making and encouraging you to continue on that pathway. It's beautiful. Barbara, and then I'll do a refresh again and see who else is here. Okay, very clearly wants to be that one. And we've got change again. So Barbara, this has got a different energy on it for you. This feels like, again, I feel like this is connected to the card that was pulled for you last week. And it felt like it was not serious, but a little bit more earthed in its nature, if that makes sense. And there's an adjustment occurring for you, and it's not necessarily overly exciting, or maybe even a little uncomfortable, but it's the cards are saying that this is the right direction, the soul aligned direction, let's put it that way. So be with it as it will continue to, I'm just seeing like a tunnel and a passageway that then opens out into the light. So keep moving along that way, and it will open up and share the light with you. Insight. Beautiful. Hope that makes sense. Let me know if you need more clarity. Sue's saying, haha, perfect, thank you. Beautiful, you are so welcome. All right. Oh, Dilly, haven't seen you for ages. Good morning, Sharon. Of course, you can have a card. Yes, of course, Dilly. So lovely to see you in here. Christine, thanks, Kim. Linda's saying, perfect, thank you, Kim. Tina, thanks, Kim. I was unsuccessful with the job I applied for, but all good. It wasn't meant to be. Absolutely. Something else will come. Something even better is on its way. Absolutely. More aligned. Perfect. I feel the confidence in your energy. That's different to how it's been before. So well done, you. I love that. That's beautiful. Okay, Sharon. Discernment. Okay. This is a good one for your career path, right? Discernment. This feels like there's a little bit more inwardness here, looking at the way you offer. And I know we've spoken about this before, that we work from a space of positivity, and that we're the messenger bringing the messages through. We're not fortune tellers telling people how their lives will unfold, and how, because it's a way more co-creative process than that. But this is, has something come up, maybe it's been a client that you've had recently, or it could be a conversation in relationship that's had you kind of go, and you want to inquire about that a little bit more, or what you're wondering about that a little bit more. So this is offering you the opportunity to get out of the mind, go into the heart, and look for that answer there. There's more light coming in there. You are growing. You are, your energetics are growing and expanding, although you as your body is shrinking, and you've let go of a lot of things, but you're gaining a lot more light within your being. So as you elevate in your frequency, then the way that you may have shared information is looking for a slight adjustment. Trust your intuition on that, and if you need further clarity, please let me know. All right, Dilly. Another woman doing amazing work, amazing support out there with relationships. Beautiful. Is it that? Okay. Acceptance. Next level acceptance is what just came through. So again, more expansion happening. It's occurring for all of us. And if we step into it with grace and acceptance, then it's just such a beautiful energy and a beautiful way to live our lives. I just had this experience, such a high experience of, traveling to Spain, and seeing where my son lives and how beautiful it is to have that understanding now, but also traveling long haul with my granddaughter, who is 14 months old. They're things that if I had have gotten up in my mind about it, I would have thought, oh my Lord, that's going to be really difficult. And sure, it had its challenges, but it was smooth sailing. I mean, really, it was incredible. And I feel like, that really removed any limitations in my mind around long haul travel. So checking in with ourselves, maybe it's the opportunity to revisit, how you're doing your offerings. And it's not that you need to change them, but trust that guidance that's coming through. If there's something for you, a while ago, a few months ago, when I was asking how may I serve, the information that came through was the women's circles, focus on the women's circles. And then before I knew it, somebody had come through and said, are you interested in co-facilitating a facilitators workshop? And so when we trust our intuition and trust the information coming through, things will open up in us, and then we're ready to hold the space for the offering that comes through. I hope that makes sense for you. You're doing beautiful work, and it's so lovely to have your energy present with us today. Alrighty. Let's do a refresh, see what else is. Barbara's saying, thank you, can relate. Let's see what. It's a long path to the light. And it's there. So just remember that. Hold that. Connect in with it, Barbara. And yeah, beautiful. I love that. Dilly saying, I know, good to catch you live. It's lovely to have you here. Alrighty. Now, as always, you can connect with me. I need to adjust this pinned. I'll unpin that, and then I'll pin a new comment in there. I'll do some adjustments on that. I feel like we have come to completing everybody here. I'll just give it a minute or two, and if there's anybody else, what I was saying is, if you wanting to book a session, the link, I will put a new pinned link up there so that you can book that. If you are local, I do urge you to come along to the Wellness Expo this weekend in Debra. It's on Sunday from 8:30 till 4:30. You do need to purchase a ticket. I believe there's some 30 stall holders there, all sharing their offerings, so it's an amazing opportunity. If you're in Brisbane, come along, come and have a drive out to Debra, and also get to see all of the beautiful knitted art that's surrounding the trees and everything else, from what I understand. So I'll do another quick refresh in case somebody's popped on late. Beautiful. Dilly said, thank you for the message. That was much needed to hear. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, well, enjoy the solstice. Try to find time for yourself, or allocate time for yourself to go inward, look at, where you're at this almost halfway point of the year. How are you tracking? What is it that is being called forward for the spring, and start the preparations for that. Gently, gently, quiet time. This is the opportunity to slow down and enjoy the winter. Sending you loads of love and blessings, and I'm here if I can be of service in any way, and I look forward to connecting next week. Lots of love, everybody. Bye for now.